The sky is the limit for those aspiring to be pilots, but along with talent and hard work, one requires proper training to be a successful aviator. I recently got a chance to see how students get trained at a flight training academy in Dubai, a school that has its own ATC tower and a fleet of aircraft.
A growing shortage of airline pilots is putting the industry's recent growth at risk. A study released by the Canadian firm CAE suggests that the world will need 255,000 new airline pilots by 2027. Globally, the aviation industry needs trained pilots to offset both the effect of retirement and industry growth. Many of these future pilots are getting trained at the Emirates Flight Training Academy. Inaugurated during the Dubai Air Show 2017, the center is at the Al Maktoum International Airport, 37 kilometers from the Dubai International Airport. WION Wings landed at this facility to experience what goes into training these aviators. And the first thing that caught our attention was the fact that this private training school has its own private airport.
Today we are at the aviation hub of Emirates, and here we are joined by Captain Abdullah, who is the Vice President of Emirates Flight Training Academy. Well, thanks for talking to us. First of all, what goes on in this academy? What happens here?
We basically train our airline pilots for Emirates and for international airlines to feed the shortage of the pilots, whether it's within Emirates, regionally or globally.
Okay, and how does it start? Like, how do you select the candidates? How do they come here? And what is the duration of the training as well?
It depends. I mean, the students can apply through our website, and then we can go through a screening. We filter them according to their requirement, which is age, education requirement, and then put them through a selection process.
Talk to us about the planes which are right now parked here, and what are the big USPs or uniqueness of these planes here?
The whole concept started of training airline pilots. So basically looking at somebody who will go and join the airline rather than go and join the general flying. So we've been very precise on our selection. This aircraft is the Cirrus SR-22. It's the 6th generation digital cockpit or glass cockpit. It has unique features that also close to an airline. And then when the students finish from this aircraft, they move into the Phenom 100 EV, which is an upgrade in avionics. And also they have the jet engines, so they can experience the jet engine flying and flying at high altitude.
And here there's a fire tender also, and also an ATC tower as well.
Correct. It's a very unique facility. We have our own mini airport located at a big airport of Al Maktoum Airport, which is the world's largest airport. We are adjacent to Al Maktoum. We use most of the facility from Al Maktoum. However, we have dedicated runway that we use. It's fully lighted. It has all the instruments approach on one side. It has its own dedicated control tower, firefighting facilities, and our parking. And as you can see, the hangar that we are at.
Our next stop was the air traffic control station, from where the movements of these private airplanes is monitored and coordinated.
If you look closely, the equipment the controller has available to achieve this task, we have an airfield ground lighting panel, a weather panel showing us the weather forecast and weather warnings, an air traffic monitor that assists the controller locating the aircraft other than by visual means. And as well, a flight progress strip board that the controller uses as a situational display of the traffic that he is controlling. And very important, probably the most important, is a voice control switch. That's the main, how we manage the ground to air, air to ground, and telephone communications with the aircraft.
This is a place from where you can see the space. You can see sky, you can see runway, you can see the Flight Training Academy as well. Hangars also are visible from here. It's a place where there are dedicated desks for doing that work, from where the communications happen And in case there is one communication and there is a failure there is a backup as well.
The Emirates Flight Training Academy has invested over $39 million in a modern fleet of 27 training aircraft. The cadets need to complete at least 1,100 hours of ground-based training, 130 hours of simulator flying, and 185 hours of actual aircraft flying.
It was my dream to be a pilot, and my family encouraged me to enter this field. And because we have a few numbers of female pilots in the UAE, I want to join this group. So I applied for the cadet program in Emirates.
As I joined this program, they train us to be not only first officers, they train us to be captains, to sit on the left-hand side.
Hopefully, the new Flight Training Academy will help grow the talent pool by hundreds of qualified airline pilots every year.